Biomes are categorized by climate, the average weather over 30 or more years. The three main types of biomes we learned about in this chapter were deserts, grasslands, and forests. Generally, deserts are the driest, grasslands are the medium, and forests have the most rainfall. There are three types of deserts: tropical, temperate, and cold. Tropical deserts have almost no precipitation at all because of they're generally located by the equator, and the warm air rises and loses moisture, creating a dry environment. This leads to low numbers of plants and animals that can live here, and the precipitation throughout the year is sparse here. Temperate deserts are usually located more than 30 degrees from the equator. This type of desert has a bigger change between winter and summer months. Due to lack of moisture in the air, the temperature is usually higher during the day and lower at night. This limits the amount of animals and plants that can live here. Temperate deserts usually have more rainfall than tropical and typically have it in the winter. Due to limited rainfall during the summer months, the amount of plants and animals that can live here is limited. Cold deserts have much colder temperatures than the other two types of deserts. Since the temperatures are so low, only a few animals and plants can live here. The plants and animals also have to overcome getting most of their water in the summer when it is much warmer. In the tropical desert, the fennec fox has adapted to its climate by having larger ears to keep it cool and allow it to hear prey and its pack from miles away. In the temperate desert, the Crouch's spadefoot has adapted to hibernating when it is in dry season and comes out when it is raining. In the cold desert, the Gobi bear has adapted to hibernating in the winter when it is in extreme colds. The next biome we learned about was grassland. Grasslands don't have enough water for larger plants like trees to grow, but grasses are able to grow, and it is much wetter than a desert. So there is more of a variety of plants and animals. The first type of grassland is called a savanna. It is also known as a tropical grassland. It is located between deserts and tropical rainforests. This area receives moisture left over from the tropical rainforest. Due to irregular precipitation, the area is prone to forest fires that kill any small trees and shrubs. This holds it back from becoming a forest area. There is a wet season and a dry season, and the wet season is in winter, while the dry season is in summer, and the temperature is high year-round. Another type of grassland is called the prairie or temperate grassland. The winter is cold and the summer is hot. Most of the rainfall is recorded during the summer. You don't find a lot of large plants here because of the temperature change. The last type of grassland is a tundra grassland. It has a limited number of life because of most of its precipitation is snow and falls during the winter. This causes species to migrate for summer and leave when it gets cold out. The precipitation is steady but low throughout the year. Forests have the highest amount of precipitation. The tropical rainforest is warm all year round, and it has a wet season and dry season, but rain still falls in the dry season, just not as much as the wet season. This kind of forest supports a lot of life because of its rainfall and high temperature. The next type of forest is called a temperate deciduous forest. It has cold winters and hot summers. Most of the trees lose their leaves during the winter because of the dramatic temperature change from summer to winter. The precipitation throughout the year is pretty constant and changes between snow and rain. The last type of forest is called a taiga forest. It is cold and dominated by evergreens that keep their needles all year round, and they can support the heavy weight of snow that crushes their branches, and it is tolerant of the low temperatures. Most of the precipitation in this region happens in the summer. Another type of forest is the temperate rainforest. It has a cold winter and a warm summer. Like a traditional rainforest, it has a wet and dry season. The wet season is during the summer and the dry season is during the winter. The vegetation is consisted of trees and larger plants because it has rainfall throughout the year and a warmer climate. than the taiga. Animals that have adapted to forest include the orangutan that adapted to the tropical rainforest by having an arm span of 7 feet to reach vines and branches and doesn't have to come out of trees, so it's less susceptible to predators. An animal that is adapted to temperate deciduous forest is the crouched spadefoot. It comes out of hibernation when it rains. An animal that is adapted to the coniferous forest is the bobcat. When the seasons change, it camouflages itself by getting a new coat. In winter it's white, and in summer it is light brown with dark spots. The mountain lion has adapted to the temperate rainforest by hunting at night to reduce its competition and let it sneak up on prey easier. This helps since there's a lot of competition in the rainforest. A plant that has adapted to the savanna grasslands is the baboa tree. Its adaptation is it can store water in its trunk through its thick bark, which protects against fires and helps retain more moisture. An animal that has adapted to the prairie life is the burrowing owl. It steals and makes burrows to lay its eggs since there are not a lot of trees. An animal that has adapted to the tundra grassland is the collared lemming. It turns white in winter and has lots of fur to keep it warm, and it burrows underground also to keep it warm.